I love you.
I knew he was lying the moment his lips touched mine. The way his hands trembled as they cupped my face. The way he whispered, "I love you," like he was trying to convince himself more than me. But here's the thing about lies, sometimes we need them. Sometimes the truth is too sharp, too real, too devastating to hold. So I kissed him back. I let his beautiful lies wrap around me like a blanket on the coldest night of my life. Because in 3 days he would be gone. And I would be left with nothing but the echoes of the sweetest lies I've ever heard. This is the story of how I fell in love with a liar and how his lies saved me. My name is Maya Chen, and I don't believe in love at first sight. I believe in statistics, data, and the cold, hard truth. As a forensic accountant, I've spent 5 years uncovering lies hidden in spreadsheets, following money trails that lead to cheating spouses, embezzling executives, and fraudulent schemes. I'm good at my job because I trust numbers. Numbers don't lie. People do. So when Ethan Blake walked into the coffee shop where I was working late on a Friday night, laptop open, drowning in someone else's financial crimes, I didn't see romance. I saw a distraction. But God, what a distraction he was. If you're loving this story so far, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss stories like this. Trust me, you'll want to see where this goes. Now, back to Maya and Ethan. Is this seat taken, or are you married to your spreadsheet? I looked up, annoyed. But then I saw him. Dark hair that fell just right, eyes the color of honey in sunlight, and a smile that seemed to know secrets about the universe. The spreadsheet is better company, I said, turning back to my screen. He laughed. Actually laughed. Brutal. I respect that. Can I at least buy you a coffee? As an apology for interrupting? I already have coffee. Then can I buy you tomorrow's coffee? In advance. Something about his persistence, not aggressive, but playfully stubborn, made me smile despite myself. Why are you so determined to buy me coffee? He sat down across from me, uninvited. Because in a city of 8 million people, I walked into this specific coffee shop at this specific moment and saw you. And you look like someone who's forgotten how to look up from work and actually live. I know that look because I wore it for years. I should have left. Should have closed my laptop and walked away from this stranger with his philosophical coffee metaphors. Instead, I said, "What changed? For you, I mean." His smile faltered for just a second. So brief, I almost missed it. I got some news that put everything in perspective. Made me realize life's too short to not talk to beautiful women in coffee shops. That was lie number 1. I just didn't know it yet. We talked until the coffee shop closed. Then we walked through the city streets as autumn leaves swirled around us like we were in some romantic movie I would normally mock. Ethan was a photographer, he told me. Freelance. He traveled the world capturing moments, weddings, landscapes, the spaces between joy and sorrow. He made life sound like poetry. What's the most beautiful thing you've ever photographed? I asked. I haven't taken it yet, he said, looking at me in a way that made my heart forget how to beat properly. Over the next 3 days, we were inseparable. He showed me parts of the city I'd never seen despite living there for years. A hidden bookstore where the owner's cat slept on vintage hardcovers. A rooftop garden where the sunset turned the sky into liquid gold. A jazz club in a basement where the music felt like it was playing just for us. On the second night, we kissed under a streetlight while snow began to fall, the season's first snow. His lips were warm and urgent, and he kissed me like I was oxygen, and he'd been drowning. Maya, he whispered against my mouth, I need to tell you something. Tell me tomorrow, I said, pulling him closer. Tonight, I just want this. That was my first mistake. Because tomorrow, everything would shatter. On the third day, I found the bottle of pills in his jacket pocket while looking for his phone. Chemotherapy medication. Advanced stage. The world tilted sideways. I confronted him in his tiny studio apartment, surrounded by photographs of places he'd been, people he'd captured in their most vulnerable moments. Tell me the truth, Ethan. All of it. He sat down heavily on his couch, looking more tired than I'd ever seen him. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Diagnosed 6 months ago. I have maybe 3 weeks left, probably less. The words hit me like physical blows. 3 weeks? And you didn't think to mention this? Would you have let yourself fall for me if you'd known? His voice was quiet, broken. Would you have given us these 3 perfect days? That's not fair. You don't get to make that choice for me. You're right. Tears streamed down his face. You're absolutely right. I'm a coward and a liar, and I just wanted, his voice cracked. I just wanted 3 days where I wasn't dying. Where someone looked at me and saw a future instead of an ending. Where I could pretend I was just a guy falling for an amazing woman. I wanted to scream at him, to hate him for lying. But all I could feel was the enormous weight of time slipping away. Tell me lies, I whispered, sitting beside him. What? Tell me lies, Ethan. Tell me we have forever. Tell me we'll grow old together. Tell me beautiful, impossible lies because the truth is unbearable. So he did. For the next 2 weeks, Ethan lied to me constantly. He told me about the house we'd buy in the countryside, the dog we'd adopt, a golden retriever named something ridiculous like Pancake, the way we'd fight about what to watch on Netflix and always end up rewatching The Office. He told me about our daughter, who would have my stubbornness and his creativity, about growing old on a porch somewhere, drinking coffee and watching sunsets. And I told him lies too. I lied that I wasn't memorizing every detail of his face, that my heart wasn't breaking with every breath he took, that I could survive losing him. We spent those 2 weeks living in our beautiful, impossible future. We looked at houses we'd never buy online, debated baby names for children we'd never have, planned trips we'd never take. On his last day in the hospital, he held my hand. Maya, can I tell you the truth now? Please don't, I begged. These 2 weeks with you are worth more than all the years I lived before. You gave me something to hold on to when I was terrified of letting go. That's the truth. You saved me. He died that night, with my hand in his. That was 3 years ago. I still keep his lies close. Sometimes when the world feels too heavy, I imagine the life we invented. The house, the dog, the daughter, the porch. People say lies are wrong, that truth is sacred. But Ethan taught me that sometimes lies are the most honest thing we have. His lies weren't about deception, they were about hope, about defying the inevitable with imagination and love. I'm telling you this story because I want you to know, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is tell someone a beautiful lie when the truth would destroy them. Sometimes love isn't about what's real, it's about what could have been. And sometimes that's enough. Tell me lies. Sweet, beautiful lies. Tell me we're forever. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment telling me, have you ever told a lie out of love? See you in the next story.